HIV is a virus that is sexually transmitted, and it attacks your white blood cells to where it affects your immune system.
But HIV is a disease that can kill you. It's not full-blown AIDS, but it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but
Usually transmitted through fluids.
Probably either by drugs with the needles, heroin, or they get it by unprotected sex, or I think it's transfusions, but I don't think that's common anymore though. AIDS is after the fact, like pretty much. Well, isn't that after the fact where your menses are shutting down after that?
I know what it is, but I don't know what it is.
It's some sort of deficiency. There's not enough white blood cells in your system to fight off like diseases or something that you might be able to catch.
No, I didn't know that.
I didn't know the percentage, but I do remember hearing that the cases of African Americans in the United States is on a higher rise than like with white people, or it seems like they have it more under control, but like for some reason with African Americans it's going up at a faster rate.
It's sad, I mean, to know my culture is one of like the highest of having AIDS. I really can't explain it, but I don't know. This is scary.
We have this disease as a race, and because it is among the black population, they don't, well, they, as far as scientists and researchers, are not as quick to try and resolve the problem.
Makes you nervous. It makes you nervous because you don't really know. It'll make you feel like, goodness, 91? I was like, wow. That'll make you just feel like, goodness. You wouldn't think that a lot of people have AIDS like that. I guess it don't affect you by looking at somebody to know that they have AIDS like that.
Wow. You told me. That's crazy. I don't even know. I can't even tell you how I feel.
That's horrible. That shouldn't even be an issue. Nowadays it really shouldn't be. I have a lot of reasons, a lot of theories, and I really feel like the way, I guess, African Americans are portrayed in the media, they're more, I guess, pushed into a lifestyle that they're supposed to think is cool, and they don't really have any good role models out there to, let them know this is not the kind of life you want to live, running around having unprotected sex with men, just to make them happy. You gotta, they don't have anyone to look up to. They don't have somebody spreading a message to them that actually appeals to them.
Because they're not protecting themselves, or they don't care.
Today's young females or young people are not committed to one another as they used to be. They don't get married, so they are more sexually active, have more than one partner, and that could be a big problem, but it's not their fault, but it could be one of the issues.
I think a lot of them aren't informed about it, and I think a lot of them get caught up in the moment, and since they don't know that AIDS is affecting us as much as it is, they just do it, and they don't think about the consequences of what they're doing.
there's things you can do to live with HIV. There's medications you can take. You shouldn't take it, if somebody was to contract it, they shouldn't take it as a death sentence, maybe as an opportunity to tell other people this is what happens when you do this. So it should actually be sort of an inspiration for you to live your life to the fullest and just, spread the word. This is what happens when you have unprotected sex with somebody.
I think it has to do with how soon you find out you have it and finances. If you have enough money to get the right treatment, your life can be prolonged. Look at Magic Johnson.
I think it used to be, but now I think people can actually live with it. If I had it, it'd be a death sentence for me, but I don't think, it's not anymore because they have so much medicine, but the fact of they have to take so much medicine and it takes so much out on their life, it's just like, it's pretty much like they can't live a correct life because people criticize them or they look at them differently because of the fact that they have HIV.
If I were diagnosed with HIV, I would take it upon myself to live my life to the fullest again. Like, I would try to be as strong as I could be for my family and for the friends and people that I care about. And I would let people know that, if you have unprotected sex, this is what's going to happen to you. I would take it upon myself to let other women like me know that, you shouldn't be living your life that way. Try to be an inspiration to other people that have it and people who don't have it.
I don't believe my life will be happy. Because every day I have to constantly think I have HIV. I have to constantly think that. And worrying every day would just make my life, short anyways, because I'd be so stressed out. I'd probably die of stress.
What would you do? What can you do? Get help. Get as much help as you can and support.
I don't know how I would actually truly handle it. But if it was, I don't think I can handle it. I think that's something that I would have to really, really work at, and I would have to be counseled because I couldn't honestly deal with it on my own. Because I truly probably would be like, oh, it's a death sentence. Because I guess in the back of my head it seems like it, even though they had a medication, but life will never be the same.
You need to protect yourself. You need to make sure you're checked and, stuff like that.
Our people are dying. Our communities are at the forefront of this epidemic. Don't think you are immune to this disease. HIV has no name. You are just one unprotected sexual encounter away from becoming an HIV victim. It is not just a homosexual disease. It is not just a drug addict's problem. It's a crisis that affects everyone. Only you can protect yourself through awareness, using protection, getting tested, and spreading the word to others.